Hello everyone. We're back. More honky donk. Last time I was slamming seals and went into multiplayer off stream and realized that I am very average. And underestimated how good the ghost and the red seal were. Those ones kind of bang. Also the spike one. Spike one was kind of a dick. But yeah. 3.3, it is... I heard it's a little bit shorter. Probably this patch only took me 4 hours to complete. Okay, so for me that's gonna be like 8 to 12, I'd say. There's a snake in my boot! Should probably get that checked out. That's a weird way to say that your wiener goes all the way down to your ankles, though. It's a weird... But I gotta bring Woody... Oh, that's why he's called Woody! Oh my god! Imagine not being goated at the seals. Whatever, man. It's a mini game. It's probably the closest we're gonna get to like a turn-based PvP thing. Because I guess they totally forgot about Ethereum Wars. I will keep bringing that up. How do they forget about Ethereum Wars? This is like a slam dunk repeatable like event you can do and you don't put it in the game. I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed. Yeah, but everyone's been doing well. Whether you're watching this now or in the future. Or the past, who knows? Somebody is this a previewed stream? It's maybe gonna have to crack that so I can put on the frail ego. It is a fun mini game though, especially when I actually went up against some players. There were some pretty close games. It's also nice seeing the setups. I think every player I played against, which granted it was only like 10, each of them had a different like layout. I did not come across the same 3 seal combination every time. There were some common ones, but you know. I think I was the only one that used the bandage seal, because I thought that doing the bandage one with the healer was a pretty good, like, sustainable combo. And just for shits and giggles, I just did, like, the heroic one or whatever, the red and blue one. It was almost like a skill trick, like, oh, if you hit me in the blue, I'll be fine. Stars cleanse the troubled thoughts. You still watch? I don't care. We were here before. Well, we were at the space station before, but we've done the story before. I love Bandage Seal, the pink one and the yellow one, all them go 22 ahead. Yeah, it's like the main reason I like the bandage one, because like, oh, I can just go below half health once and get like 10 attack. And then I can have the healer guy just like keep him alive. I was like, damn, this is like a no-brainer. Secret dialogue of the space station seclusion zone they added the day after the patch. You see it after you finish the new story quest. I mean, Herder is more involved. Allegedly, so who knows. Okay, so I was going to the space station because I was not doing activities here on Tuesday. No, I wasn't, I swear. And where's this gonna take? Oh, of course. The Vortex of Genesis. Of course, of course. Oh yeah, I forgot to put my freebie. Oh.
Is that a stain? I like this coat.
I guess I should go to the somewhat canon team. By somewhat canon, I mean just I'm on the team. guess we'll just keep rocking with this team. It's been fun. Oh yeah, also events. Oh, it's, yeah, girly pop. I did not watch the trailer for, shit, I was actually going to call her Barbara. Hyacinth. I just saw a couple screenshots. I'm like, no, I'm good. I don't get why girly pop is has like an influencer thing, but it's just like people you call your I'm pretty sure you call like your phones like photo bricks or something or whatever or whatever you called them at the start. Okay, but hear me out though for funsies. Hear me out though. So if you can recall back in 3.0, when the Herda was around, I just did it in 110 pull as like a funny haha. What happens again? Wait, what? Then what is this? Oh, okay, whatever. Anyway, wouldn't it be funny if it happened again? Damn it. And we said 50 pulls on not Heathcliff and got nothing. I will save my guarantee for Kevin because I just like him more. Oh well. When Archer drops, you're going to get crazy return investment on your Sparkle. Use a top 5. Ooh. Oh, you do a thing. I'm guessing he does the thing to where you can consume skill points, like more of them, and he just like throws more shit at you because of his bone of his ass or something. I am the bone of my Okay. So yeah, no Herda. I'm curious what her light cone does though. Increase resistance 18%. Uses those. Consumes HP with 1%. 200% of total. What the? I'm a healer, but that's like every healer nowadays, though.
Nice.
In the Black Souls and Hoya games because it's oh wait, was it the US or was it like some country in Europe? I forget. I think it was. They did a thing to where it's like, okay, you can't just say like this is this. You have to be like more exact with your. You have to convert like your fake currency with real world money better, just so people don't feel like they're getting scammed anymore. So slot with Sparkle making 8. It'll cost 2, but a couple of bars. Yeah, and also Sparkle's Quantum, that helps a lot too. Okay. Hey, yay! The free-to-plays are winning! I'm just now conflicted if, I'm like, ooh, I kind of want Cypher, but like, also Kevin, but like, also Saber, my king. I don't know anymore. Alright, collect my thoughts. Did I do this before? Thanatos and Cersei's Coreflames have been returned. Sometime after that, 12 constellations hover above, overlooking the vortex of Genesis. They embody the 12 Amphorian deities, fate, foundation, creations, and calamity of this world. Now 10 among them have fallen. Their core flames return to the origin of Genesis. Above you, constellations shimmer, their brilliance echoing the faint slumber of each titan. And you experience 4 ascensions and 4 partings. Strife. The Lance of Fury once became the Mad King, plunging the world into a ceaseless strife until your valor brought it to an end. After it kills you first. And its demigod successor, the undying Mighty-Mos, chose to bear the title of Kremnos alone, returning home to be crowned as the last line of defense for the Holy City. Mighty may your battles know no defeat. Time. Back then, the incarnation of time entrusted Mem to you at Temple of the Three Fates. Back then, the lively girl with red hair fulfilled her mission and bid the first farewell. Time speaks not of fairness, yet it never stops, and now the power resides in your hands. See you tomorrow, Trianne. And hello, you little pink incarnation. Reason. Not long ago, the head of the Grove Sages helped you repel the menace that is the Black Tide. And still not long past, that unruly scholar staged one grand performance, granting you a glimpse of this world's truth at the cost of his life. Oh, the incarnation of reason, at edge of existence, have you found your answer? Death. The prophecy once made the hand of shadow choose two, granting one the fate of death. Yet their bond-wove, hauntingly beautiful tale that stretched across time. And time. And time. And time. It took a while. At the end, the incarnation of death who journeyed from the netherrealm to the living world chose to remain in that sea of flowers, retrieving your future. At the end of the west wind, we shall meet again, Castris. Also, now that I'm thinking about it, we gotta reset this timer. Okay, so we ended 3.2 at 125. Maybe it won't be so much this time. The update's quick, you know. They don't got Castris to carry him this time. They gotta I don't know if they can beat that number. Oh yeah, also that's my other one. Is it this one? Yep, there we go. You go right there. Sweet. Now we're playing the game. Silver and Sparkle are both back, but because of him, I think it's going to be like third because of Castris being gone. We gotta keep... Okay, what's like a third of 125? A weird number, I think. It'll be like 40 something. Will it actually be around like 41? Time and again, farewells haven't numbed you. You can't help but wonder. How many more goodbyes will the journey of trailblazing entail? Question whether you'll be able to express each goodbye with heartfelt emotion. Your thoughts sink into the ocean. You recall how the Amphorians cherish epics, using stories to soothe their sorrows. Perhaps you should embrace this way to dispel your melancholy and regain your strength. Then let it begin. Countless words, and I mean countless, of adventure surge through your mind. You need only to grasp just one to anchor your creation. Don't be influenced by the noise outside. Just focus on the key word in your mind. It's indeed difficult, but you should still cling tightly to your inspiration, weaving heartfelt and elegant verses. Alright, this is an impossible task. Just one glance at your phone, it won't disrupt your thoughts, so you tell yourself, everything will be fine. I can concentrate. I don't have ADD. Gray mystery. Last time in Styxia, 0 time for treasure hunting. Absolute disaster. Now the river cell's mostly retreated. I'm back, baby. In the water, a big shiny chest. I can't use the miracle orb, and I can't wade through. Your power of time is needed now. 70-30 split. Yeah, 30 for you, 70 for me? Exactly, 30 for you and 70 for me. Pfft. Details, schmeetails. Get here and we'll walk. Yeah, like 42-ish. You must admit, even during this arduous and struggling low point, there are still those who live joyfully. Cypher's endless searching desire for wealth seems more turbulent than the waters of Scale-Gorge Waterscape. Forget the past for now, it only brings sorrow. But sadness has no place in this moment. What you need is the drive to move forward. You decide to head to Styxia, where the River of Souls is no longer blocked, and to meet up with Cat Girl. My favorite character, Cat Girl. Hopefully those glittering, clinking trinkets will, as always, lift your spirits. I think if we're going to be in character here, I think I'm more into junk. As far as like the hidden chest counter goes, I think it's gonna mainly.
Oh, Styxia's moonlight is so beautiful.
It's a good looking moon. I think the people who are gonna have to carry the counter this time is probably gonna be Hyacinth. She did it quite a bit. Aglaya, of course, she kind of made me think of the idea in the first place, and probably Kevin. Kevin needs to bring out his inner his inner woman and put that hand there.
And the River of Souls is so quiet. It's like everything that happened was just a dream. I wonder if Cass is doing okay on the other side. If I write a letter and put it in a drift bottle, will she be able to read it?
What you say is a dream. I think you're a nightmare. I miss Casters too. Now's not the time to feel down.
You're right.
We're kicking sadness to the curb.
That we continue the flame chase journey, so we can't let her worry.
Yeah, it's not
Now's
like
not the
she'll
time to feel
know what
down.
we do.
We gotta pull ourselves together. By the way, it was Miss Cipher who asked us to come here. But where has she gone?
To the money.
Huh?
What's that sound? Someone else here?
Yes.
Kevin, lock the
Miss
fuck
Aura?
in.
Feels so familiar. Let's go check it out together. Be very careful. I have a bad feeling about this.
Then don't feel. Oh, I just realized now that Casters is gone, I don't need to comment on her lips being fucked up. I guess that's also a good thing, right? Out. No, another things to complain about in HSR. Damn it.
Hey, what's that on the ground? Should we pick it up?
What about the Trojan horse,
Careful,
though?
careful. It's a piece of black cloth. Now, where have I seen this before?
Probably my jacket. This is a flame reaver. So they rip off a piece of my clothes?
What? No, your clothes are perfectly fine.
Aw, thanks.
Could this be from
I mean, no, screw
the
you.
Flame Reaver's cloak? Why is it here?
I mean, his cloak is very tattered. Maybe it's just like naturally falls off like bird feathers.
Look out!
Oh, hi. Can I help you? Bam, get ready. You want the pink puppy, don't you? It is finally time for me to bow out. Wait, I want the Titan, right?
What? Now I'm sad. This isn't the time for jokes.
Well, I'm trying to get rid of the
Let's
sadness.
try our best to deal with them for now.
This is my only way to do
Let's
it.
the past with time's power as soon as we can.
Oh, he's just kind of groaning.
River of Souls
Oh, I know it might be him.
is full of fish, big and delicious.
Okay, never mind.
What?
The flame chase journey stops. Meow, meow.
Meow?
What's happening? This meant to be a riddle? The Flame Reaver's gone mad. The end. This is a riddle?
I don't understand this language at all. Am I hallucinating?
Good transition.
Sorry, I couldn't pass on the chance to give you two a good scare.
Yay, Cypher's gonna carry most of the update. Let's go. I think it's another seal. Seems to want fish. It's the mass seal. It's you, Cypher. What a terrible person. Let's leave. Cypher must be fake too. Run. So it's Cypher.
Ah! Don't run! I'm the real Cypher. The real one. Come on, don't be upset. I'm just giving you a kind reminder that Emphorius isn't safe at all. The whole place is full of dangers, including that swordmaster. Make sure you stay on your toes, no matter where you are.
I was just trying to chill. I mean, you asked me to come here to like the death place, so this is kind of like, hey, let's go for a nice walk at the cemetery. Secret flame reveal that turned out to be the camera with hyper-realistic blood. The secret flame was the Lakitu from Mario 64. You're playing both. So you're playing both good cop and bad cop. And I'm grateful for the reminder. I don't need your reminder, lady.
Really? But just a minute ago, that gray hair of yours was all standing up. You were so scared.
You have gray hair too.
So, was that a Flame Reaver disguise? Or a magic trick? It looked so real. Is that the power of the trickery demigod?
Disguise? No. It's not as simple as that. Let me think about how to explain this. For example, what did you think when you realized that piece of cloth came from the Flame Reaver's cloak?
The brooding man was here.
We thought that maybe the Flame Reaver was around here somewhere?
That's right. And then you heard some footsteps. What did you think when that happened?
Well, not the flame reaver, because all that dude does is float.
Well, we thought it must be the Flame Reaver coming this way.
Yep, exactly. I just used some hints and, mental suggestions to help you believe in a lie. Lies are what Zagreus is best at. If everyone believes in a lie, then it becomes reality.
It's weird to think about in real life too. Ugh. Honestly, what carried everything that happened once you reached. Honestly, what carried was everything that happened once you reached the major boss of the patch. Okay. The plot moved? Oh boy.
A power to make lies into reality? That's got all my hair standing up.
Yeah, nice. I know your secret. Everything like that. You're just telling us everything like that?
You think I
What makes you think you're gonna lie again?
No need. The seamstress trusts you for a reason. Someone as honest as you couldn't trick me even if you wanted to. So, there's no harm in telling you.
Well, challenge accepted. I will fuck with you at one point.
Besides, we still need to team up to go treasure hunting, right? Let's wrap up here. It's time to get going. Oh, was that your teleslate?
Oh, they call it a teleslate, not the photo brick. I would call it a photo brick. Firo McNosky, did you rest well? Came during lucid hour and you seemed asleep, so I didn't wake you up. But in current circumstances, I can't stay idle. So it's time to continue our trading. Let's go to the grove, shall we?
Aren't you a popular one? But I got to you first, so help me with the treasures, and then I'll send you two to the grove.
Fair enough. Why do you need me so much anyway? Gotta go live handsomely somewhere after this?
Live handsomely? You mean spend all this money? That's so not why I hunt for treasures.
Oh, you're just a collector.
Don't forget, I'm a demigod too. And there's a line reserved for me in that stupid prophecy as well. You shall walk with greed and die over petty change. But I don't believe in that. As long as I keep collecting treasures, then I won't need to care about petty change. And as long as I don't hurt other people when I get what I want, I won't be walking with greed. Right? Isn't that simple?
Maybe the prophecy is trying to get you caught up in a petty bitch moment, not necessarily penny money.
So, as long as I keep going down this path, all those predestined prophecies and fates will never catch up to me. That was a long speech. I'm getting thirsty at this rate. The treasures of Styxia aren't gonna float up on their own. Come on, Gray Mystery. Show me what the authority of time can do.
She said, I have authority. Few days later at the crash site in the Abyss Fade.
So, this is the car of the Astral Express you've spoken of. My repository of memories has been enriched with another fascinating piece of information. Thank you for leading me here, Lord Donhung.
Thank you, Lord Donhug. Ligma appreciates, yes. I'm surprised a council elder like yourself would be willing to journey so far to inspect the Express.
Ackermans hold wisdom and knowledge in high esteem. If the citizens knew of your origins, I'm sure more would be intrigued by the Trailblaze. Sadly, discussions about the world beyond the sky remain taboo.
I forgot that the Ligma say what path he walked? My brain wants to say erudition. Right? I don't remember.
It's been quite some time.
Or like
since you
order
first
or
arrived
stability.
in Akama.
Whatever the hell.
Presumably, you've been looking for a way to leave ever since.
Can we also repair the train card? I've been actively gathering clues and testing different things. Sadly, the more I find out, the more powerless I feel. Oh, I off Rubik's Cube. Hi. What's wrong with Twitch? Yeah, welcome to the street. Hope you enjoy your stay. They're in Oklahoma. Yeah, we've been... Okay, no, it's the land of Inforius, and like the main city they live at is Oklahoma. We're like on the outskirts of Oklahoma. Some even call it the suburbs. Yeah, hope you enjoy your stay.
Don't be too hard on yourself, my lord. This puzzle has stumped Inforius' scholars for centuries. It isn't something you can solve overnight. Even someone as gifted as yourself.
In the Grove, I discovered extensive research in the Sky Titan. Appears that many scholars from Inforius believe the taboo against the world beyond the sky stems from the curse cast by Aquila.
Exactly. Of the 12 titans of Inforius, Aquila is known for being the most capricious.
Also, it's a very big bird.
The weather itself reflects their mood. Tranquil sunshine, mournful rain. Aquila's breath is a brisk wind, and their cries resound as thunder in a storm.
They are also very moody. Additionally, Aquila is one of the 2 titans whose Coreflames have yet to be returned.
The sky above affects every citizen. It's clear that Lady Aglaya's decision to confront Aquila at the end of the Flame Chase journey was a carefully considered strategy.
Returning Aquila's Coreflame can break the sky's curse. You won't have to exhaust yourself searching for a way back. You can simply focus on aiding the Chrysosayers.
Anti-Catherians have no home to return to, so I understand your concern for your old friends and homeland. I used anti-Catherian technology, or scanning, as you might call it, to assess this car. Assuming my judgment is correct, I might be able to conduct a thorough overhaul of its power systems.
My people's powers is generating QR codes. Really? But
Of course, that's only if you, my lord, permit me to interact with it.
let me touch the car. By all means, please proceed. But be careful, the expressive thrusters are extremely delicate. It's a fucking train
You honor me
car.
with your trust. I will be very careful.
I mean, it's a train car that can fly on its own, but still. Bullshit methodically began inspecting its components. This is unbelievable. You seem to understand its structure perfectly. Have you repaired something like this before? Hush, hush.
Not exactly, but we Antikytherians are inherently sensitive to machinery. Carefully endowed our kind with a unique advantage for analyzing and learning. If you give me some time, I might be able to fully restore this damaged car to its former glory. Then you and your esteemed companion could set off on your return journey sooner.
Does Hoyo have it in them to, like, remove that car from, like, the background, though? I don't know if they do. But isn't the real issue with Aquila?
Hypothetically, Lord Donhong, if I could open up a path out of Amphorius that circumvents Aquila's divine punishment, would you consider ceasing your support for the Flame Chase journey?
Hey, yo, why are you bringing this up? I don't understand. Does the Council of Elders possess some secret means of counteracting divine punishment?
It's best if you don't delve too deeply into that question, my lord. All you need to know is, I can make it happen.
Pictures or it's not real. This is not a decision by the Council of Elders, but rather his personal wish.
The crucial point is, if you and your companion are unwilling to halt your support for the Chrysos heirs, it could offend certain interests.
Offend? Who am I offending? Forgive me, Lord Ligma, but I must be frank. When visiting Dawncloud, I reviewed the records of many council elders. Also one. Among them, only your background was nearly blank. I like to accept your goodwill, but given such a mysterious background and motives, anyone cautious would have doubts.
Your prudence impresses me, just as expected.
These guards were here to make you change your mind. Are these people? Is this a trap? Is that why you accompanied me here?
Please don't misunderstand, Lord Donhong. As the Theoros, I have no allegiance to their plans, nor am I obliged to obstruct them. I am neutral.
I am true neutral.
Out of respect for you, I hope to offer a peaceful solution to ensure the safety of you and your companion.
Yeah, so who are these people again? Do they do like flame rebirth stuff? I don't know. 1 against 4 then. Just to confirm, if things turn ugly later, will you help?
I will not. As I said, I remain neutral.
I am a
Are
fence-sitter.
you asking this because you plan to refuse my offer and continue supporting the Chrysos heirs?
You weren't wrong about one thing, Lord Ligma. Indeed, you must try to return to our companions. But our companions also include the Flame Chase the flame-chasing Chrysos heirs. The Nameless cannot and will not ignore the fate of our companions. Friendship.
So I see. This is what you call trailblazing.
I didn't know it was just friendship. How lame. When I asked if you'd help, I meant the ones who need help are them. Ooh, so badass. Well, in an unexpected situation, Dan Heng drew first blood. We have two. Meanwhile, in the Grove Epiphany.
You have such overwhelming power, so why?
What you doing here? They're just fighting. What if this is Cypher 2 and he just hits him with a meow?
Answer me. Why do you stand in our way? Why do you want to take the Coreflames?
And why have you sucked at getting 10 of them?
Oh no! He can't hold on anymore! Drag him back here, friend! Are you okay?
Oh, I guess we're done getting treasures. Okay.
I'm okay. I can handle that kind of hit now. But a few months ago, that would have knocked me out.
How long has it been since we've been in here? Does it go over like real time? Random goons when is that the inhibitor Lune? They don't know. They're gonna get cooked. Always keep me on edge. If I had passed out, that would have been it.
Well, that's why I made sure you were well fed and rested on the road.
Yay!
Thanks for the help. To face Aquila and other potential threats, I must sharpen myself with the most aggressive methods.
Even so, it's impressive you thought of this training method. Battling the phantoms of the past in the River of Time? It's just like the hyperbolic time sanctum that the bards describe.
Ah yes, the hyperbolic time sanctum.
It's working pretty well, wouldn't you say?
My favorite.
But combat isn't just about strength and skill. You also need the right weapon. Compared to that guy's weapon, mine feels like I'm swinging a lump of iron. I can't tell you how many swords I've gone through since the training began.
Maybe you just need to get a sword that doesn't break. Might I get Cartonis to help? Weight training, huh? Why can't Cartonis help?
Don't worry. I've already arranged that. Of course I need him.
Maybe we can have him cook you up a Dragon Slayer.
I asked him to make a suitable divine weapon for me. It's a little embarrassing to say this, but in order to help me, he deliberately turned down all other business.
Oh, Cartonis is part of this flame chase journey after all. Full of energy.
Full of energy and empty pockets.
Thinking about how he's been recently, maybe you're right.
But, Finon, I've been somewhat concerned about you. Lately, you seem more and more fixated on that Swordmaster in black.
That's quite the sudden shift in topic.
I'm not obsessed about him or anything.
For a long time. You're getting stronger, but seeds of unrest are also growing in me.
Don't worry. I'm not wielding my sword for revenge. She's been through Nikador's trial and understands. Those who can't walk out of the shadows of their past are ultimately weak.
And here in the hyperbolic time sanctum, we aren't weak.
Times have changed.
There's my terrible
The
Vegeta.
responsibility I bear is both precious and fragile. I wield my sword for the future of Amphorius. I will not let hatred cloud my judgment again and neglect my duties.
He says with a smile. You really grown, but you can't beat them yet. We'll be here by your side.
You're right, partner. As of now, I'm not able to handle that swordmaster on my own. I still need the help of my friends. Every time I say something, things get so serious. I don't want to be the person who keeps bringing the mood down. I'm out of energy for training today. How about we go to the library of Philia to lighten the mood?
Sure, that's what I've been looking forward to. We deserve to enjoy ourselves after all the hard work.
But going to a library to
Today,
lighten up the
I'm
mood?
definitely going to.
And what were you reading before? Why not take the interesting ones home?
Oh, great idea! However, that would mean no more reasons to visit the Grove.
That'd also mean more reasons not to go outside.
That's the charm of this place. You can find whatever you're into here. The three of us might not be into scholarly books, but we could still spend an entire day at the library of Philia.
At Murmuring Woods. And the library of Philia. Down there. Yay, map navigation.
Where was that slate last time? Was it here? Or maybe over here? I'm off to have some fun! It's free time now, so you should relax too.
Yeah, this place is way more orange than when we were first here. That's good. That's a good thing, right? Over the past few months, we've come here more than once, fishing out that small piece of essence from the ocean of knowledge that best suits your taste. Really, though? You're quite relieved that Don Hung isn't around. No one will be there to judge your reading taste. The scroll in hand shows a line of small text. Non-standard reading material. Please return to its original place after borrowing. Do not let any Grove professor discover it. 10 exclamation marks. Why do we gotta worry about returning books if nobody's here anyway? It seems that the scholars of the Grove, amidst the profound academic discussions, haven't forgotten their little hobbies. So, which reading material will you pursue? Brenda Love, the Tree and Butterfly, and Professor can't possibly describe One Punch God Aquila. In order to beat the enemy, you gotta know thy enemy. As settled on him, he adjusted his attire and stood firm, facing the giant eagle in a tense standoff. So you think you're something special just because you defeated the giant Giorios, mortal? Heed my advice. What punch? The God King remained silent, gazing into Aquila's 1,000 eyes. Slowly he raised his right arm, 4 fingers pressed together, and with a simple motion, he lightly waved at the colossal being before him. Arrogant fool! You will pay the price of your insolence! Aquila's fury erupted, their towering form radiating intense heat. In an instant, their massive wings vibrated at an imperceptible speed. 1,000 razor-sharp feathers shot forth like swords, hurtling straight toward the God King. As everyone knows, the feathers of the Sky Titan could pierce through iron and steel, let alone mortal flesh. Their sheer density left no room to evade. The violent storm of lethal blades closed in, and time itself seemed to freeze. Aquila enhanced their reflexes, protecting the movements of the arrogant little thief before them. Noticing the God King shifting his stance, Aquila mused. He had only 2 choices. He could push off the ground to invade left or right, or stand for and brace for impact. But either way, it would be futile. The feathered blades would shift with the wind, altering their trajectory. No matter how swift his movements, they would follow him relentlessly. But who could have predicted the God King never intended to dodge? He pushed forward instead, seizing the first incoming feather blade between two fingers. With a swift turn, he carved a spiral through the air and hurled it back at Super. He carved a spiral and threw it back at supersonic speed. God damn it. Can you imagine though? A dude hurling their ass back so fast it has like the at the speed of like a mantis shrimp punch. He threw it back. He threw it back at Aquila. The feather blade curved with the wind, piercing deep into the storm. Without the slightest deviation, it collided tip to tip with another razor-sharp steel feather. Ding! The reflective feather veered to the sides upon impact, colliding with others and further altering their trajectories. Ding! The sharp clashing of feathers rang out in an irregular rhythm. Chain reaction unfolding until the force of the final feather was dissipated, scattering harmlessly into the air. With just a single seized feather, the God King had nullified the entire storm of blade-like wings. Aquila was shocked. How could a mere mortal possess such divine skill? Yet, as a being of godly essence, they did not allow themselves to be shaken. Seizing the moment as the scattered feathers clouded their vision, they swiftly brought down their claws, sharp as steel great swords, aiming to end the battle in a single decisive strike. Boom! The massive claw struck dead center where the God King stood, the sheer force of impact carving a deep crater into the ground. No, something felt off. Aquila's mind raced. This sensation was strange. Had it missed? Or... They focused their gaze only to witness the impossible. Their enormous, razor-sharp claw, many times larger than the God King himself, was caught, held effortlessly in a single hand, as if the God King were merely grasping a piece of cutlery. The countless white feathers drifting through the air painted an eerie contrast against the battlefield's deadly stillness. The once mighty untouchable giant eagle found itself frozen in shock. For the first time in 1,000 years, muttering disbelief, they said, "Impossible! Jorios, when fighting me, could do nothing but evade beneath my iron claws, yet you... What in the world are you? Haven't you already figured out the answer? A mere mortal, nothing more." "You cocky little..." Aquila attempted to retract their claw, but under the God King's grip it was as frozen in place, completely immobile. Their expressions darkened. Seeing this, the God King seemed to smile. He clenched the fingers of his free hand and then, at a speed even a Titan's vision cannot perceive, with the full force he swung his fist. Normal punch. I'm trying to think of weapon. In an instant, the divine body shattered. A tidal wave of force shook the heavens, sending tremors through the divine steel-forged walls, cracking them in multiple places. The sacred temple teetered on the brink of collapse. From this moment on, the celestial realm would exist no more. People of the forest would no longer endure the tyranny of the heavens. And all of this was made possible by the God King's mighty blows. No, by a single punch. The distant Titan gods, since the fall of their comrade, erupted into furious howls. Was there no one who could stop him? How could this advance ever be shaken? What they did not realize was that even one as mighty as the God King was still bound by the desires of mortals. Just as before the battle began, he once again adjusted his attire. "Congratulations, you have reached your end, Aquila. You are strong enough to be worthy of the name Sky Titan." He ignored the crumbling stone walls behind him and strode toward the temple's exit. His steps were steady, yet the disappointment of his face was unmistakable. "But your only flaw was failing to make this satisfying for me." Next episode, Battling Nicanor. Next issue in hiatus. Invigorating literature. Your favorite. Article leaves you feeling empowered, as if you are the authors of One Punch God Incarnate. Sky Titan Aquila? That's nothing. I don't feel like reading these ones. I'll just scroll down and maybe I can get it like as a book for whatever. Nothing else. Love story ended. Blame the Flame Reaver. Gotcha. Make Professor possibly can't do the shy. Ooh. Only one image remains in your mind. Cringe. Oh. Literature remains. It's far too ahead of its time. I can't comprehend. Me when I remember that line. Let's stop here.
I wonder what Finan and Mem are reading.
Oh yeah. They got new VAs. Uh-oh. Good job, SAG.
Let's take a closer look.
New Cell voice stripped of aura, all of it? It'll take time. It'll take time for it to get used to it. And besides, like, let's put it this way. Even with the original Stell voice, we didn't really get to appreciate her aura and sass until like the 2.x updates. So, you know, let this current VA, let it give some time, figure out the role. I will miss the old VA's very, deep, husky, like, nonchalantness. I will miss Rachel's performance. But let's, you know, we gotta give the new VAs a shot.
Well, I thought I felt a draft just now. Peeking isn't polite, my friend.
I was curious what you're reading. Reading something you shouldn't be? Are you reading a past issue of One Punch God?
You could have just asked. There's nothing embarrassing about it. Here, look, I'm reading this. Antiques Appraisal. How to Make a Fortune.
I didn't know you were in this. No, he appeared in that one event. I know how. I'm in your dreams. I guess they never decided. I know how. In your dreams.
Whew, your comments cut deep. It's tough to find a good comeback.
You're welcome.
I've spent a lot of time pondering how Aglaia became such an effective leader. Beyond the intangible qualities like personality and ethics, a major reason is her family wealth.
Yeah, it's a... yeah, instead of... yeah, Kevin, is that pornography? Yeah, it's not Playboy, it's Gay Boy.
That's the perk of growing up in a big city.
Look at all these men!
For those of
Look at
us
how
in the
muscular
sticks,
they are.
luck
Damn, that's the
doesn't come
physique
as
I
easily.
want.
It's 30% grind, 70% fate. Oops, I talked too much.
Best I
As
can
a leader,
give,
you need
best
both
I can give
integrity
you
and
is 250.
I mean, integrity and skill.
None can compare to my might, to my demos. The only reason why he wasn't in the issue is because, like, there's no such thing as, there's no word for gay sex in the Cremnoan language. I miss him.
Month of cultivation, curtain fall hour, a time to feast on grains, but poor time for fishing. Oh, but then again, are there even any spots left to fish in Emporius these days?
What are you looking at? Are you into fishing? Superstitions, don't mind into them. Yeah, what are you looking at?
You scared me! Bursting into someone's world like that can really catch them off guard. Well, no more jokes. There's nothing here. I'll go look elsewhere.
They didn't invent a word.
Something's odd about Mem. What are they flipping through?
We're tired of the Cryptoans having such a limited dictionary. What the fuck?
Oh, these cards are so detailed and fine.
What's the rating on them?
Ruler, Weaver, Traveler, Healer.
Traveler, never heard of them.
But the interpretation for each card is so long. Do I have to memorize them all?
I mean, when you go up against another player, you can still, like, read the description, but you should have a vague idea of what their card effect does. What are we looking at? Ruler first me rope. Okay, use them flexibly, not just memorize.
What a coincidence! We meet again. Guess we're fated to be together, huh?
Unfortunately.
But you must be busy, so I won't bother you for now. Hope your day, every day, is joyful.
So suspicious. Not like their usual self.
You sure are persistent. All right. I'm totally helpless against your charm.
I get that a lot.
What are you guys chatting about? Is this the Amphorius Divination Compendium?
Why are you here too?
Sorry, seeing you two chasing each other around, I suddenly found my book not that appealing anymore.
He wasn't into the game. He wasn't into the game prod anymore.
Never thought Mem would be into divination. But it's not exactly a niche hobby. So why all the secrecy?
I wanted to set up a surprise. Master it in secret and give you all a shock. But getting caught halfway through, it's only natural I'd feel shy. A girl's heart is more delicate than Aquila's ever-changing moods.
I forgot, did Mem say they were a girl, or are they like a they? I guess they're a she. So shy. Did you also read that professor book that I just skimmed through?
A surprise, huh? Someone else used to tell me the same. She was really good at stargazing and divination, especially with cards. Yeah, just like the ones you're looking at.
Stargazing and divination with cards, huh?
And you must be pretty familiar with all sorts of divination techniques.
Why those
What is
three
a
things in
friend like
particular,
that?
No, I know nothing about it. I've never really believed in using cards or bones to predict the future. If the good omens foretold by divination were true, my hometown, Heidi's Elysiae, wouldn't have disappeared.
Well, it has to be a coincidence for
Don't
sure.
forget, we've got Lady Trinan. Every other form of divination is just smoke and mirrors or cleverly rehearsed tricks compared to her flawless prophecies.
Gotta face these things isn't bad sometimes. It should be approached with a critical eye.
To me, divination could be a power that guides our spirits. Fate always casts a shadow in front of us, clouding our view of the future. That's why people turn to divination. It's just to find a small reason to give them courage to face the unknown.
You really thought about this, haven't you? What if divination predicts something bad?
Divination is only meaningful when there are both good and bad outcomes. Even bad omens serve as guidance. They can help keep us alert, right?
True. I've seen a couple Mio streams.
Strange. That person I knew used to say similar things. Looking back, whenever she interpreted a card for me, I couldn't help but feel uneasy. Even though I never believed in the outcomes. Maybe it was her tone. Cyrene. She could paint a complete fantasy so vividly, it utterly captivated me as a child.
Cyrene.
Right, I still carry a card she once used. Do you want to see it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow! It's so exquisite! I'd love to have a card like that.
Oh, I didn't know he played Div Uni as well. Those mitts up to the tasks. And gotta craft some specific to.
Oh, now that you mention it, yes. It would be even better if it were made of, say, crystal.
Speaking of which, partner, there's something I haven't shared with you all. Remember our first trip to the Temple of the Three Fates? The riddle that Orynyx posed to us?
No, I don't. I mean, I remember the first trip, I just remember the riddle. Leaves.
Who's there?
Oh.
You are...
Assassin saved me. Nice cosplay. Ice peeled everyone. Nice cosplay.
These folks are up to no good.
Black clothing. Masks decorated with golden blood. Are they cleaners?
Cleaners?
To directly call us by our name, it seems you, Lord Finan, have studied the forgotten history of Amphorius quite thoroughly.
Well, joke's on you guys. I've been called the janitor. What's being clean? Clothes or cars? Who are they?
Your friend seems quite interested in us. Perhaps you could explain, Lord Finan. It would be the polite thing. We can't let our esteemed guests pass away without understanding.
During the Chrysos War, to combat the Chrysos heirs, several cities formed an underground assassin squad called the Cleaners. Their task was to erase anyone with golden blood from existence. Assassination, poisoning, political persecution. They would do anything to achieve their objective.
Well, this historical perspective seems biased, glossing over the Chrysos heirs' abuse of divine powers and their blatant initiation of war in order to defame our predecessors. Could you disclose the name of the author behind this popular legend, Lord Finan? I'd hate for the innocent children of Akama to be tainted by such slanted narratives.
You should have stayed buried in the dust of history. The Citizens' Assembly has once again legitimized the mission of the Chrysos heirs. But as for you, not one citizen would cast their vote for you. Executioners lurking in the shadows.
What does it matter? We've long since stopped expecting to be understood.
I mean, they could have gotten a vote if they made a good, like, argument.
People have become too accustomed to peace, and they've forgotten the disasters that arose from allowing generations of the Chrysos heirs to rule.
Maybe you know what? Here's where they messed up, right? I feel like the Cleaners could have gotten a vote if they just had like a bald white guy with thick white eyebrows, be like their image. They could even call him I don't know, his name could be like Bob Phillips, but they're just gonna be like, oh, vote for Mr. Clean.
Complete nonsense. Did you really travel all the way to the Grove just to have an argument?
I
Well, people did
enjoy
debate here.
dealing with people as straightforward as you, Lord Finan. You've probably figured out why we've come before you.
There's a handful of you here. Who do you think you're fighting? If it's fight you want, then let's get on with it. Enough chit chat. Let's fight.
Keep your cool, partner. They've come out of the shadows, which suggests they have something up their sleeves. All right, let's hear it. What are you hiding? But watch your language and don't say anything you might regret.
Keep it in 12+ rating.
My shoulders might be sore and my sword a tad dull, but it's still enough to slice off your tongues.
I guess anything pretty sharp to, like, cut a muscle, though. It would be unfair for the protagonist if the cleaners was a bald guy with bushy white eyebrows. Yeah, he'd honestly look more heroic than Kevin. He's weak with, like, the all-white, like, oh, like, look to him. He would just flash his bald head and blind us, like, oh no!
How's it going, Cinny? This place fits, doesn't it?
Does it?
It's a bit small, but the lighting is perfect.
Thank you, Lady Treeby. With this, the Twilight Courtyard can be reborn in Akama.
Number 3.
Do you like it here too, little Ika?
Little fat fuck. I did not think it would sound like a bird.
It's so bright here, maybe you should rename it? How about Luminous Courtyard?
Lady Treeby makes a good point. But Twilight Courtyard carries the long history of the descendants of the sky, and I'd like it to continue.
Right. How does the legend go again?
Even Lady Treeby forgets things.
We just haven't prepared lessons in a while now, so we're a bit rusty. Just give us some time and we'll remember. Ah! Now we remember. Kremnos and the Firmament, Volume 3, Section 5. With Seliosi, the Day Thunder Knight, striking down the Eye of Twilight, the divine war between Nikador and Aquila, which spanned centuries, came to an end. Thereafter, the Skyfolk gradually declined. Numerous sky fortresses were abandoned, and their descendants began to establish themselves on the land.
I was just about to give Tribby crap for like having her eyes closed, but I'm like, no, when I'm trying to recall things, I do the same thing.
Finally, those descended from Seliosi the Day Thunder Knight were welcomed by the scholars under Circes and established the Twilight Courtyard in the Grove. The historical records seem slightly at odds with our memories, but the details from that time have become somewhat hazy to us.
Also, won early 3 heart to chest. Actually, I got my slop rail. Here's the thing, in 3.2, there wasn't a lot at the start, and then it just ramped the fuck up.
Oh, I forgot. For Lady Treeby, history is more than just words on a page. It's something you've personally lived through. Little Ika loves listening to the stories from the legends. I'm sure you're also imagining one day you'll be as awe-inspiring as the winged beasts by Seliosi's side. That day will come. I believe it. Just keep growing.
Just keep being like the universe, ever expanding.
Lord Crediros?
Lord Kratos?
Miss Hyacinth.
Okay. Hit 3.
And Lady Treeby. Good to see you're doing all right. I heard from the citizens you were nearby and came to check.
Doing all right. What's going on, Crediros?
There's been another violent incident at the market. A shop was smashed and looted. It's the 3rd time this week.
How can this be? I always thought that with Lady Aglaya here, Akama would remain peaceful.
Okay, we're gonna need like a consensus. I don't know if that counts. Because that's not like a hand to chest, it's like a fist. That's different. I think that's different.
That was true in the past. But these days, forgive my bluntness, her senses may not be as sharp as they once were.
Yikey.
That one probably counts, though. 4.
In my opinion, malevolent forces have noticed the slack in the golden threads and are now plotting to exploit the opportunity.
The Citizens' Assembly just wrapped up. Why is there still unrest?
Actually, I don't know if that was 4. Did she put like a... Was that like a finger? Like a finger on the chin pose?
The Chrysos heirs won by only 1 vote, Lady Treevee. From my years of experience, a narrow victory often walks hand in hand with unrest.
Trouble. Miss Hyacinth. Trouble. Clementine. Take a breath. What's going on?
Who?
Please, something terrible has happened at Marmorial Palace.
What is it, Doctor? Calm yourself and talk us through.
Lady Aglaya.
Did she get Ligma? 4. Okay, we got 4 for sure.
It's Lady Aglaya who's in trouble.
Oh no, she's so old she just like fell down. Alright, 4. Because I don't think the fist counts, and now I think about it, I think Tribute did the thing where she had like the finger on her chin. Although that one will probably need a replay. She looks fine.
I still remember. This bath that overlooks the entire palace was built by the Council of Elders 900 years ago. Its purpose was to commemorate the first flame chase journey and to remember the heroes who made great sacrifices for Amphorius a millennium ago. Rules were set then. No one was allowed to enter, apart from guests invited by the Goldweaver. But, I guess, you're no longer pretending to follow the rules, are you, Lady Kindness?
Damn, so bitter.
Aglaya.
She's such a sore loser, she had to bring out a long gong assassination group.
You ageless witch, hiding behind a divine facade to deceive mortals. We've been far too kind with you.
Kind? There's no need to use such a word to cover up your incompetence. Anaxagoras humiliated all of you before the citizens. If you still had any shred of shame, you'd throw yourselves from Dawn Cloud at the curtainfall hour to salvage the last fragments of your dignity.
You kill yourself now.
Why not gaze into the water's reflection and see the wretched face you wear now?
No, you kill yourself now.
These days you're not only blind, but also deaf. The cleaners were born for this moment. When all orders, rules, and laws fail to restrain you, it's time for the dagger to pass judgment.
It's time for 3 nameless NPCs to attack you with daggers.
If you're in such a hurry, give it a try.
Going toe-to-toe with a demigod? We're not that foolish. The dagger isn't at your throat, but...
Your gravest accusation is that my humanity is fading. And you claim my concern for mortal joys and sorrows is nothing but a facade. If that accusation holds, what makes you think the lives of these civilians will sway me in the slightest?
Fine. I'll gladly use a few more words to shatter that demigod facade of yours. Like I said, you're not only blind, but deaf too. Lately, your control over Akima has weakened. You failed to notice the thefts we arranged in the market, nor did you catch wind of the meetings happening in the Dromus workshop. Plots are unfolding right under your nose, yet you remain indifferent. Humanity? Fading? Aglaya, why not use your precious golden thread to peer into my thoughts? See if the gift we've so meticulously prepared for you can move that cold demigod heart of yours.
In this moment, I only regret not being more ruthless. Because your evil is beyond cure.
You finally figured it out. You have grown dull. I've been holding that image in my mind this whole time to make sure you could see it clearly.
I want you to have this knucklebone talisman, Big Sis. I hope it brings you luck every day and keeps you safe from bullies.
Well, she's not really a silent girl, she's talking.
That girl who can't speak or hear. What if she accidentally lost her eyes, too?
What do you mean she spoke?
You know better than anyone what it feels like to lose your sight. Imagine if 1,000 years ago you, already blind, had also lost your voice and hearing in your youth. Would you still have become the Aglaya you are today? Look at those broken, pleading eyes. How disappointing. We overestimated your cunning. If this plan fails, we still have dozens of splendid parting gifts prepared. Demigod, would you like to hear about them?
I thought I could buy some more time. In these 1,000 years, I've witnessed the fall of 10 titans. From my naive arrogance at the beginning to slowly learning how to guide others.
Hey, 5! Waiting for Aglaya to do it. I also didn't know she was blind, like, the whole time. Am I just an idiot?
Now, it's time to let go. I should be grateful. Grateful that I've reached this moment. To let my departure become a path for others to follow.
She'll be fine.
Have I done enough? If I embrace that prophecy now, and sink into the warmth of these waters, will the wandering wind stop to mourn me, Cyphra?
And the first thing she says is how she can only see off senses, but I do not blame you for forgetting a small passing detail of a boring character. You know what? Very true. But I guess it makes more sense the way she always needs to use, like, thread to, like, get an idea of what you are, because she can't read facial expressions. So she's like, oh, I'll just go off of, like, vibes.
I've come as promised. Look at this box full of gold and silver treasures. I bet there's stuff here you've never seen.
Oh, it's Tiny Cat Girl.
Come on. As we agreed, I want to buy the most valuable clothes you have.
Little thief! You've got some nerve, barging into my shop dressed in those tattered rags. What have you brought? Let me see.
Here, take a look. Only the finest goods. See the sapphire? It's even more blue than Fagusa's eyes.
Such exquisite luster. I've only seen an ocean's tear of this quality in my mother's treasury.
Wait. You've seen one before.
an old memory. My family estate all burned to ashes long ago.
Well, damn.
This workshop is what I built from scratch.
Wow, a daughter
What a
rebuilding her
box of
family
scraps.
business. How admirable. Enough with the jokes. At least you did get to enjoy those luxuries.
Mind your manners, Kitty. Tell me, Cyphera, where did you come from? And how did you acquire these treasures?
How are you the only cat girl in all of Oklahoma?
I won them fair and square in a bet. What? Do you doubt me?
Yes.
Speak up, seamstress. Give me a straight answer. Do you want these or not?
Strange. You're clearly lying to my face. But my golden thread doesn't tremble at all.
That's because I'm not lying. I've been telling the truth from the start.
Is that so? But the scars and the mud stains on your face tell another story.
Oh, come on. Can't we just do business without all this chatter? Don't worry. I didn't leave any evidence, so no one will bother you.
How can I trust a word you say when you're so skilled at lying?
Dealing with you rich people is such a pain. Always wasting my time. Fine, if you don't want it. There are plenty of others who do.
Hold on. Your treasure? I'll accept it. But these alone aren't enough to purchase the gold weaver's finest clothes.
You gotta be more bougie than
That
that.
said, I do have something that would suit you perfectly.
Catnip.
What do you have in mind?
Look. Come a bit closer.
Well, damn. There's some bougie ass shoes.
Shimmering gold! Absolutely stunning.
These golden boots are the gold weaver's greatest treasures. Though not as valuable as the most precious gowns, they hold a magical power. Legend has it that Zagreus blessed these boots, allowing anyone who wears them to move swiftly and silently. Put them on, Cyphera. Then don't get caught again. A face as lovely as yours deserves better protection.
You rich folks just love sticking your noses in everything, don't you? Well, I'm taking these now, so don't get any second thoughts.
What's wrong?
Do you have a smaller size? These are way too big for me.
I was gonna say, like, do those boots have like magic properties to grow into their
Well,
user?
I suppose you'll have to grow into them.
I'll say, now that you remind me, Bartholos, 5 from Aglaya earlier.
Do you have to interrupt me in the middle of my story? Fake? What's fake?
Those boots definitely don't hold Zagreus' divine power. You're Amphorius' most cunning liar, and even you were fooled by Aglaya.
Watch your mouth, or I'll feed you to the fish in the River of Souls. Weren't you curious how I got tangled up with that seamstress? Well, now you know. Satisfied?
I didn't expect such a simple story. How disappointing. But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
Huh?
You're defending her.
No. I just think the story's so moving, it'd be a shame to ruin it with a lie. If I could cry, I'd be in tears right now.
Good thing you've still got a sharp tongue, or you'd have been stuck guarding someone's front door ages ago. Enough chit-chat. Let's take a look at this place. The city of Styxia. Look how beautiful she is. Let me take a good sniff of this air.
Mold.
This air, it's filled with the scent of treasure everywhere. Wonderful, just wonderful. Thanks to Castorus and Grey Mystery, the ancient city's barrier was finally dispelled. Now that I think about it, helping them was well worth it. Time for treasure hunting, Barto! Lead the way, and whatever we find, we'll split 80-20.
Well, I have a suggestion. How about 70-30 instead?
Listen closely. Do you hear that? The gnawfish in the River of Souls are growling with hunger.
80-20 it is. How generous you are, Boss Lady Cypher.
Wow.
Anyway,
This is the fucker that keeps
what's with
stealing
all
her
this
treasure?
water? It's damp, cold, and
Makes
miserable
sense.
here. I hate it.
He's Cypher's your whipping boy.
Demigod of trickery. Uneasy around water.
You wouldn't understand. The people of Dolos are talented in many ways. Just, not in swimming. Why don't we have a race? Long distance, sprint, or laps? Take your pick.
What's got you so worked up? Relax, relax. Who would have thought the fearless Lady Cypher was afraid of water?
Cats hate getting wet. What's so hard to understand about that? Now, hurry up and figure out a way across, or I might have to reconsider our split.
Don't rush me. Let me take a look around. Got it. Let's use that thing. Come on, follow me, boss lady.
Not a good imitation. I'll play along. Let's see where this goes, Bartolos.
Tell me, how did you hunt for treasure when I wasn't around, boss lady?
Trying to trick me into saying something. Not a chance.
You're as sharp as ever.
I wonder who could be being us. Alright, let's change the lineup quick. Because now I can use her. And I have the character for her. We'll just sure. She does a follow-up. Alright. So, what is it? It's been about an hour and a half, so I'm gonna go ahead and go for my break. Gonna go stand up and stretch, all that good stuff. And if any of you need to do the same, go ahead, or maybe you need to make some food, drink, pee, or poop. Now is your time. I will be back soon.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
I totally forgot to add the text, my bad. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting. Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Hello, I'm back. Also, man, I don't remember how to...
Not a good sign to be empty-handed. You can't get rich by waiting.
Yeah, it's been so long I forgot that it should be 15. Man. Too far away, I suppose. That's fine, though. That's fine. I'll be fine. Let's get back to game. We gotta steal stuff, I think.
Ooh, interesting. Very interesting.
Was this device designed by priests of Ornyx? Do you think you can handle it?
Don't underestimate me, boss. Just find a cozy dry corner and wait for me. Mission accomplished. Now you don't have to worry about your tail getting wet.
Not bad, but just a warning. If this thing fails while we're halfway through the water...
Don't worry, trust me.
Hey, you won't die.
Sweet 20% cut of the loot. I'll make sure you're taken care of.
Huh. This feels truly magical. When did you pick up this trick?
Self-taught. Oh, self-taught.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got everything here. Well, as far as like getting a chest is concerned.
We're here. Can we turn off this spotlight now? It's really blinding.
Does it really work with my thieving?
Use the device over there to shut it off.
How am I supposed to thieve if there's a spotlight?
The scent of gold coins, gems, and fine leather. It's so refreshing. The treasures in this ancient city are all floating back up thanks to Grey Mystery and that pink squirrel.
How does she know what a squirrel is? Oh, so she really does put like her whole like into it. Colonel, trying to sneak around, but this traffic spotlight's alerting the guards.
Yes, right here.
But the light shining down on my sins is alerting the guards.
What are you waiting for? Start digging.
Roger that. Watch me.
Bartolos activated excavation mode, unearthing the treasure buried deep underground.
Wow! That's a huge chest. Move over. I want to open it myself. Wow, wow. A massive haul. Unbelievable. It's hard to imagine the kind of luxurious life the people of Styxia once led. As expected for a realm of Fagusa's disciples. This entire chest is filled with ornaments made from ocean's tears. Here, take this. See if it suits you.
Ooh, thanks for the gift, boss. Much appreciated.
Stupid keeps alerting the guards. And this grimace yokai keeps alerting the guards.
Look at the clarity of this purple crystal. It matches my skin tone perfectly. Oh, safer. You truly have the most refined taste of all thieves and employees. Let me try this on. Where is my treasure?
This is what you get for glazing me too hard.
How long have we known each other? I can't believe you still fall for this.
This is
The demigod of trickery's divine gift. Far more practical than any golden thread or teleporter. Alright, enough fooling around. Here's the real thing. Lead the way.
Cipher rules! I've already pinpointed the next trove of treasure! Starting navigation. Boss lady, we're set to make a fortune this time! Got any plans on how to spend it?
Of course. Spend nothing. Have you forgotten my silly prophecy?
I remember, of course.
You would think that she would have a slightly faster sprint speed. But I guess that would make her pay to win.
Isn't that like...
Uh-huh.
Isn't that the controller for the hands of Zagreus?
Tempting.
Indeed.
Once activated, this thing makes a racket that can be heard for miles. It's just too stupid.
Seriously, what was the Titan thinking when they came up with this thing? Hey! If you don't want the trickery to be exposed, you'd better start by keeping your mouth shut. What do you say?
Boss lady, you're absolutely right. I'll be careful with my words.
Don't insult Zaggy like that. Oh. I thought this looked like a door for some reason. Like a vault door.
Here we go round the river of souls. Spirit thief goes, spirit thief goes.
Ah, what are you even singing? You're totally out of tune. There's a big guy guarding this place.
I don't think any of these VAs can sing.
Big and dumb, just a pure lump of
Well, no, I think a good amount of them can.
Look at its face. Oh my, how could something be so ugly?
Yeah, so ugly. Ugly enough to make even me, a little imp without a digestive system, feel nauseous.
If that ugly brute messes up my face, even the stoic Talantin might end up shedding a tear.
Indeed, that would be heartbreaking. Clearly running away is a sensible choice.
So, how about you take the front? I'll attack from the side.
Yeah, you can draw more aggro.
It's a rogue nature. Huh?
Just a very quick turnaround. Oh. I guess now I can get a preview of how Cypher works in battle. Ouch. Still ouch.
It smells of money.
And she uses a big magnet.
Treasure! Come to me.
A lot of crits.
Again, the ill-timed manifest.
You found me!
Memories are ever-changing.
Okay, so she did the...
The silent waters.
How does she, like, trigger the follow-up, though? That's what I want to know.
Watch your head.
I weep for the departed.
Swing.
Dusk's reign. It too shall fall.
Pop just happens when you attacked her marked enemy, I think. Refer upon using super. I thought it was like once per turn. Anyway.
Another journey on the still waters of oblivion.
Don't fight so I can leave early.
Wait, kick.
What do you want to know?
Found me.
Nah, it's once returned.
Such an ugly and useless creature, taken down with just a couple of hits. How boring. Hey, Bartolos, are you still alive?
Bartolos.
Give us a squeak if you are.
Squeak!
Look at you, all shaken up. Can't handle even this bit of action. It should be safe here now. Get to work.
Aye, boss lady Cypher.
Bartolos activated excavation mode, unearthing treasure.
It doesn't smell like anything valuable this time. Since we've already dug it up, let's open it and see.
Even though it's a common chest, there's at least 5 jade in there. Touch.
Huh. Is this?
Yay, dialogue. Dialogue. A journal. Month of balance, day, whatever. The more neighboring households moved away today. The tide has risen higher than ever before, already reaching the 5th step of the stone stairway to our residence. The priest insists it's merely a seasonal high tide for what will soon recede. Having lived in Sixia for 30 years, I've never witnessed water levels like this. Ugh, excuse me. Leandro from the harbor went fishing 3 days ago and reported that the seawater had become unusually turbid, appearing as if mixed with ink. Beneath the surface, he glimpsed strange shadows, not human in form yet possessing distinct outlines. After returning, he developed a high fever and has remained bedridden since. City's feasts have gone increasingly frenzied. The grand celebrations that once occurred only during the month of joy now happen almost daily. The Anzo family's banquet last night, I witnessed 2 normally well-mannered women treating grapes barefoot, emitting strange laughter, drinking directly drinking the dirt-laden juice. They claim to be mimicking Fagous's ritual ceremonies, so I'd never heard of such an absurd form of worship. Prices at the market have risen by 30%. The honeybrew merchant reports that the brewing process has become exceptionally difficult lately. The yeast cultures mysteriously rot. Only by distilling the seawater collected directly from the harbor can they produce proper wine. Fortunately, Ardoros remains lucid and is wisely advised us to minimize our consumption of the city's water and wine. So it kind of looks like they're coming under the effects of, like, death, I think? A month of every day. Last night, strange music emanated from the harbor. It wasn't produced by any instrument, but seemed to rise from the ocean depths. The low, haunting melody sounded as if they were telling an ancient tale, compelling people to approach the shore. Several neighbors' children sleepwalked to the dock last night. They claimed to have seen the goddess in the water performing and wanted to get closer. The priests have forbidden all forms of musical performance and deployed soldiers to patrol the docks. For some reason, I can't shake the feeling that they're acting from fear rather than a genuine desire to protect us. Or could be related to Fagosa, too. Today I met Nora, the cloth merchant at the market. She felt the situation in her district was far more dire than we had imagined. Spirit water pool in Fagosa's temple suddenly dried up 3 days ago. Despite the best efforts, the priest could not replenish it. More alarming still, strange cracks have appeared on the wall behind the deity statue, forming patterns or script that no one can decipher. Nora also shared a peculiar rumor. Some claim to have seen in their dreams a woman playing a lyre, draped in black veils with eyes gleaming like seawater. She allegedly told dreamers that Styxia would soon face a great transformation, and only those who hear her voice would be saved. Some city residents have begun referring to her as the prophetic sea musician, despite the priest's determined effort to suppress such rumors. Month of Freedom. Finally decided to evacuate our entire family. Seawater has reached the highest watermark at the dock, yet some remain oblivious. Still immersed in the endless revelry, our family had the neighboring Milan household have decided to journey to Oklahoma together. Reportedly, the world-bearing Titan's protection extends there, and the tides of darkness have not yet invaded those lands. We plan to slip away quietly tonight during the northern dock exit. We pray to Fagosa for safe passage. We've been traveling for 3 days now. Last night, the Myland family's youngest child suddenly developed a high fever, continuously muttering strange phrases that resembled an ancient ballad. His father decided to take him back to the city for medical treatment, though we all know there is little hope to be found there. This morning, looking back at Styxia from the hillside, I was horrified to discover the entire city enveloped in a strange aura. We see water shimmering with an unnatural blue radiance in the sunlight. From a distance, those magnificent buildings seem to twist and distort in the water, as if they're merely illusions. Month of Weaving. We encountered several other fleeing townspeople. They brought even more horrifying news. The seawater in Styxia has begun displaying strange colors and textures, sometimes thick as honey, other times solid as glass. Those who remain in the city have begun undergoing bizarre transformations into Even more disturbing is that at night, the entire city bathes in an indescribable glow, as if enveloped by some gigantic amniotic membrane. They say this is Phagos's punishment, but I can't help wondering, is this the Titan's wrath or some power even greater than the Titans at work? We decided to continue northward toward Oklahoma. Along the way, I've heard rumors about someone named Herbert who can supposedly appease Phagos's wrath. These are merely legends fabricated by desperate people. We common folk can only rely on our own feet to flee this disaster, not the powers that be above. Tonight, after the children fell asleep, I secretly examined a small vial of seawater I brought from the city. It was the last drop collected for the spirit water pool in Phagos's temple before we left. In the moonlight, it displays a strange shimmer, as if something moves with it unlike any ordinary water. By chance, I discovered that gently tapping the vial with my fingertip produces a peculiar sound, like distant lyre notes echoing. In that moment, I seemed to glimpse a mysterious woman standing upon the sea surface, sorrowfully playing a melody that no one could understand. I don't know if this was an illusion or reality, but if such being truly exists, one who can hear the sorrows of Styxians, then as we embark on this uncertain journey, please grant us a flicker of hope, even if it's merely a beautiful dream. Oklahoma was not within reach. Taking one final glance back at my homeland, the beautiful scenery of old is nowhere to be seen. Only distorted masses of light and shadow undulating on the sea level, resembling foam heaped by waves before dawn, dissolving one by one to gradually reveal its cold and true nature.
Ooh, this looks tragic. Do you think they made it to Akuma?
Probably not.
Probably not. I've never seen or heard of anyone from Styxia and Akuma. At least, I'm still left for Dolos. Guess this city wasn't so lucky. Huh. It does seem unfair, doesn't it? Just because they were born in the wrong place, they had to face such devastation. Meanwhile, those in Akuma, simply because they're supported by the world-bearing Titan, continue to survive.
Yeah, the world just isn't fair, is it?
Womp womp.
Speaking of the world-bearing Titan, Cypher, didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kephal's priestly court?
Huh. Did I?
Yeah, you definitely told me, and I remember it clearly. Maybe it's been so long your memory's gotten a little fuzzy.
Ah, right. I did tell you. It wasn't a big deal. I just snuck in with a bunch of mumbling priests and watched them do their spooky rituals around some glowing rock. Honestly, I was only interested in the wallets of the old grandpas on the council back then. Don't remember much else. It's been what, nearly 1,000 years?
Oh, I see. But you in a priest robe? No, that's hard to picture.
Who asked you to picture that? Besides, priest robes from 1,000 years ago were nothing like the ones today.
They're so much more stylish.
Right. I didn't think about that. I was just curious if you ever overheard anything interesting from those priests.
How ridiculous. Come on, let's head to the next spot.
I didn't hear anything from the other priests because they're dead. Haha.
Where did this roadblock come from?
Oh no, more spotlight time.
This is so annoying. The treasure is right in front of us.
Oh dear, we're stuck here. But I have a plan. Should we call on that big, noisy, cumbersome hand of Xandrith?
Never thought that thing would actually come in handy. All right. Do you want to handle it?
Leave it to me, boss. I don't need a controller. After all, you know.
Do I want to clear the obstacle? I probably have no choice.
Hand of Zagreus, my darling, activate!
Alright, I have control. I don't see any coinage here. I guess that's fine. Boop.
Looks like a charm.
Not bad. However, I still don't see how this ties into trickery.
Let's go to the next room!
Hey, slow down! That question you asked me earlier. I think I just remembered something.
What did I ask?
You know, that question. The one you specifically asked me. Right after we dug up the second chest.
Forgive me, boss lady, but have you been under a lot of stress lately? I didn't ask anything. You must have imagined it.
Oh. Is that so? Maybe you're right. I have been a little on edge lately. I need to relax. All right, let's move on to the next treasure trove.
Treasure, let's go!
Yeah, she is.
Twinkle, twinkle in my chest, how this Coreflame is the best.
Wow, when it comes to singing, I still sound better than you, boss.
Go beyond all time and space on the journey of flame chase. This scent feels like something incredible is buried here.
Incredible indeed! If even boss lady says so, how could I not be excited?
Do I need to give instructions here? Get digging.
Activated mode. We get a treasure if we solve the puzzle.
Isn't this a golden scapegoat? Interesting. Looks like whoever buried this treasure wanted to play a little game with us.
Oh, isn't there a myth about this thing? Those who feared fire became sheep. Those who did not became human.
Sheep, humans, whatever. All I know is unlocking this gets us treasure. Here. This honor's all yours.
Puzzles and tricks are right up my alley. Just leave it to little old me.
Where did that drawl come from? Little old baby. Boop. Yay! Baby's first puzzle.
Told you, nothing can stump me. Cypher, it's your turn now.
Stop. Stay there. And don't turn around.
Huh? What do you mean?
I told you. Don't move.
My poor old back. What are you doing?
Quiet. Don't say anything unnecessary. That seamstress. She's listening.
What, boss, do you mean?
What kind of expression is that?
Stay put and keep quiet. I'll handle her. Whoa, whoa. Seamstress. Getting sneaky, aren't we? Did you think I wouldn't notice your little spies lurking around me?
As time passes, I find myself leaning more and more on blind luck.
I get it.
With only the power of this little nymph, naturally I couldn't slip past your sharp eyes, Cyphera.
Even if you could fully control Bartolos's mind, I would still be able to see through your disguise. Aglaya. You've gone to such lengths to spy on my every move. What exactly are you after? I've told you before, you don't need me to succeed. Why don't you just let this go?
The Midas touch.
I already made an exception.
It does have
not
the Midas
involved with
glow.
Castorus and Gray Mystery. Asking for more now. Isn't that pushing your luck a bit too far?
I'm sorry, Cyphera. I've plotted and schemed my whole life. But I never could have predicted our relationship would end up like this. I've spent centuries trying to figure out where I went wrong, replaying every moment over and over. But you've never given me a chance to explain myself, face to face.
So please explain to me, face to bug.
Don't talk to me like that. You know I can't take it.
1,000 years ago, out of foolishness, I let my silence steal away the most beautiful sound I'd ever known.
I see limbs.
Who?
So this time, I must say this to you, even if it's all in vain. I need you, Cyphera. The Chrysos Heir's mission needs you. The finale I've delayed for far too long. It's finally here. Whatever resentment you still hold against me will fade once I'm gone. Please, come back to Akama. I'm begging you. Without you, they don't stand a chance.
I'll think about it, seamstress. But stop watching me. Unless you want to lose me for good.
Don't worry. As much as I'd love to hear your voice again, to see your face, it seems that chance will never come. Goodbye, Cyphera.
Goodbye. Oh, whoa.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Not the whole Aglaya probably dying. I was not expecting to hand a chest from Cypher. She hasn't done it the whole time. That's crazy.
Ah, what a shame. I thought there'd be some real treasure under that goat's head.
Boop.
Turns out, everything in that chest was soaked in water from the River of Souls. Nothing valuable left.
Damn. All my treasure got soggy.
Those relics were once priceless. But time has eroded away all that they once were.
Aww, hearing that from you makes it sound so sad. Wait, why am I getting all sentimental? I haven't even processed what just happened. That horrible woman. When did she... Oh!
If you see her, let her know this. As demigods, we can't avoid our duties forever.
Could it have been back then when...
Do you remember now? Looks like you don't need me to jog your memory. She must have slipped that nymph into your pocket while you were distracted. Don't underestimate that bug. It's every bit as dangerous as the seamstress's golden thread. Let your guard down for even a second, and it might take over. Make you spill secrets you'd never share otherwise.
I think she used it correctly.
Whoa, that's like some brainwashing monster straight out of the Black Tide! Creepy. Boss, how did you realize something was wrong? I'm curious. What exactly did that nymph make me say?
Actually, it gave itself away very early on.
You agree to the 80-20 very easily.
The world-bearing titan, Cypher? Didn't you tell me once you used to be an apprentice at Kefali's priestly court?
We've been partners in crime for 1,000 years. We've talked about everything there is to talk about. Except for that one experience at Dawncloud. I never told you about that. I absolutely wouldn't have shared that with anyone.
But, boss lady, there's a chance Aglaya wasn't trying to trick you?
And as far as I know, the embodiment of trickery despises that golden thread which forces people to speak the truth. You'd never defend Aglaya. Isn't that right, Zagreus?
You have a terrifyingly sharp mind.
After all, I'm the only one in the world who knows you're still alive. To make sure you survive the Titan trial, I had to fool the entire world. If you want to keep that lie from falling apart, you'd better keep playing your part in the days ahead.
Hey, keep playing Bartholos.
If it weren't for saving my worthless little life, I'd still walk through fire for Cypher without hesitation.
Wow, how the mighty have fallen.
You may have been reduced to this form, but you still haven't lost your way with words.
Speaking of which, Cypher, you're not taking that wicked woman's words to heart, are you? Life's been pretty great lately. Why get into trouble now? Don't you think?
Honestly, I've been thinking. Maybe a trip back now wouldn't be too bad.
You're back again,
Cyphera, your face.
Oh no, it's this image again, but
I need
gold.
clothes. Anything. Just throw me something. A piece of cloth will do. Just enough to cover the wounds. I will pay back the amount I owe. I promise.
You're bleeding golden blood.
Yes, what about it? So what if I'm one of those Chrysosers they talk about? Those infinitely strong heroes, world-renowned swordsmen, exceptionally intelligent scholars.
Hey, just grab me something. Get the honey off my face.
Cyphera. Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint. Who knew that group of amazing people would include me? A pauper, thief, con artist. Maybe I should just make another cut to drain all this yellow stuff out of me and...
Stop it, Cyphera. I'll give you clothes, warm you up, and stay here. Stay in my workshop until you're healed.
Aren't you going to ask me how I got these wounds? Right. What's the use? I'm so good at lying. Even your golden thread can be fooled. If you can't verify the truth,
Why bother asking at all? I don't need to ask. Nor do I need to use the golden thread. I know everything you do is for survival, at all costs. Stay here. You won't have to deal with the cold or go hungry again. Stay by my side, and you can start putting yourself back together.
Aren't you worried I'll ruin this place's reputation? Or that I might sneak off with your precious clothes and sell them?
I wouldn't have invited you if I were worried about those things.
You're weird, seamstress.
Hey, you're weird, lady.
You know, they say a child who often lies remains a liar for life. I've tried not to become a liar, but honestly, it's just too hard. I'm close to giving up. What makes you think I won't disappoint you?
Because I can feel it. Not with the power of a demigod, but with the heart that beats in my chest. You love this place. That's why you keep coming by, but also why you hesitate to stay longer. You worry you'll tarnish the Gold Weaver name. After taking over Nestia's divine authority, I became used to letting the golden thread distinguish sincerity from falsehood. However, the mission I need to complete requires me to learn to trust and rely on my heart. Cyphera, you're an honest thing I've given to this world. And also a challenge the world has given to me. Stay here with me. You have a beautiful face that deserves better than to be covered in scars and grime.
I mean, that's what a thievius cat does. They're all about the crime and grime.
You've got a way of talking that's hard to follow.
I like your big words, seamstress lady.
All right, let's make it a deal. You have 1 day to change your mind. Once the action hour passes, there's no turning back.
Wow, wow. Oh, we're back here. These folks in black are not responding to provocations, nor they seem intent on fighting. What exactly are they waiting for?
Pressure. Fear. Planting seeds of anxiety. It seems this is the strategy they've chosen.
An organization that sees it as their mission to eradicate the Christ's heirs. I've read some chilling accounts. Stories of the cleaners using alchemical arts to implant fragments of memories into their successors, sharing both identity and hatred live on.
From what I know, these stories are true. The kindness we know today, strictly speaking, is the 27th kindness. Objectively, the rise of the cleaners was both inevitable and necessary. Yet, their ruthless and twisted methods earned them nothing but disdain and condemnation from history.
Because kindness just can't help herself but is being a bad person. And still, they endure. An organization persisting through time, now working tirelessly to obstruct the flame chase. Are they truly so terrified of the Aeronova the Chrysosers strive for?
Even in these crumbling end times, there are always those who find ways to profit from the chaos.
Money.
To ask the vested interests to abandon their status, wealth, and ambitions in this world for a distant ideal may be no easier than creating a miracle.
I wonder where Firo McNosky is now. They're targeting me. She definitely won't escape their notice either. I hope all is well. 7. Is that Lord Kratos?
There you are, Lord Donghong. We couldn't reach you on the teleslate, so the Holy City Guard almost assumed you two had met some terrible fate. You pests crawling in the shadows, back off. Your plot ends here.
Yay, the plot's ending. Let's go.
You played your hand. Run while you still can.
Oh, their plot, not this plot. Damn it.
Stay away from Akama forever. If you set foot there again, the fury of its people will tear you apart. Because Aglaya is dead, and in the eyes of the Holy City citizens, her blood is on your hands.
Oh. She'll be fine. David. Hey, take that, losers. Well, and there's one loser left.
Looks like she was wrong about you.
She? Are you talking about the mastermind behind all of this?
Well, she thought you were weak. She believed that even when you were facing the evil that you claimed to oppose, you'd hesitate to strike.
Misinterpreting mercy for weakness shows how arrogant and foolish your master is. They're still alive. With proper care, they'll pull through in a few days. But I must warn you. I haven't fought a human in ages. I can't guarantee I'll always be able to hold back. They're lucky they're still alive. If you feel as lucky as they are, try me.
My sword is like the Monado. I can't kill people. Bro, you sound so cool. Bro, you sound kind of scary. Dude.
Finon is seriously upset.
Get out of here. Don't show your face around us again. If your master wants to stop the flame chase journey, she'd better bring an army that makes Kremnos at its peak look like child's play.
I've said it more than once, Lord Finon. We're not here to start a fight.
We're here to end the fight.
Ensure you weren't anywhere else.
What do you mean by that?
While you were unaware, we already accomplished our mission. To buy time. So, Lord Finon, until next time.
Time. Yep, smoke ball. Also known as fade to black.
Are you okay?
I'm fine. Anyone who uses innocent lives as bargaining chips has gone too far.
They're after the Chrysosers. Do they think they have a chance? They're after the Chrysosers.
I guess the opposition within the Council of Elders is still desperately fighting to obstruct the flame chase. If the conspiracy is exposed, they'll be hunted down in the Holy City like rats with nowhere to run, no matter where they hide. My teleslate.
My photo brick. Ooh, group chat. Global announcement. Due to force majeure, the world around when operations will be temporarily suspended. Please stay calm and remain in your homes. Huh? Whitelist protocol. Local golden thread enabled for emergency internal communication only. Lady Goldweaver deceased. Please return to Holy City at once. I know it's hard to believe, but please come back soon. On my way. I'm pretty sure she's fine.
Is this... blasted? Those guys...
That wasn't off-screen her, right? It must be a lie. Was it those guys doing? She's probably fine.
I've heard from more than one person. It doesn't seem like a joke. Stay calm. This could just be one of her schemes. I won't believe it until I see it for myself.
Maybe this is all an elaborate plan for, maybe her whole plan is to have Cypher believe that she's dead.
Finon, what should we do now?
Stay on course. I'll contact Treeby and ask her to keep the citizens calm. We'll hurry back to Akama as fast as possible and assess the situation in the city. If we run into any enemies along the way...
Cut them down.
I won't be merciful this time.
Cut them down. Yeah, I feel like I only had like gameplay for like what, maybe 20 minutes? Oh boy.
Cartoonist.
Bug.
You're forging a sword for Finan, aren't you? I haven't seen you wield the hammer in so long. I couldn't help but be entranced by the sight.
You, Aglaya.
Pretty bug.
In this form, you come to me. It means...
That's right. At this moment, my physical form is already shattered. My journey as a human in this world has come to an end. It's time to fulfill our pact.
Of course. The pact I haven't forgotten.
The thing I entrusted to you, do you still have it?
Far too plain this vessel is. Not worthy of you. Do you still insist?
I insist. Over the past 1,000 years, every piece of fabric I've worked with has been tainted by my cold divinity. It's made me hate their colors, texture, and scent. This ornament stands apart. It was a gift from a child. She was pure and kind. I often wished my childhood could have been like hers.
How to say goodbye to everyone? Have you already planned?
A group text.
I'm afraid there's no such detailed plan this time. I deeply regret not being able to say farewell to them, one by one. The moment has come. My departure will give them one less thing to worry about. This parting gift should help ease the regret of such a sudden goodbye.
Invented for the Titans, Kremnos' soul-forging technology was. Though divinity it retains, filtered out, the remnants of humanity will be. Is that what you want, Aglaya?
You've confirmed this with me repeatedly. Yes, Cartoonist. I need you to do this for me. Condense my divinity into this ornament. It might still be useful in the future to help them complete their mission.
Is that a Div Unicurio? Looks like one.
Selfless until the end.
A friendship bracelet.
Envy that child, there's no need to. Already lived a grand life your humanity has.
Carto's a goated Cartonis is a goated NPC, honestly. One of the
Your
more
praise
standout,
puts my heart at ease, Grand
faceless
Craftsman.
but named NPCs.
Now, please, take me through the lost tempering that fate has to offer.
As you wish. I wonder if you screamed when being
Tension is building with every passing second.
That's such a dark thing to think about. Like, put me in there.
The news is probably spread by now. Every household is locked up tight. And all the market stalls have closed down temporarily.
Because they got break in the market stalls. She really was taken by the cleaners. Something about this feels like a scheme. There's like some sort of scheme going on.
I just can't believe she'd be taken down by a handful of assassins.
They wouldn't have screened her, right?
This is all part of a larger plan. Treby must know something. She just couldn't say it in the message. Let's go find her.
8? You ain't sneaking that one past me, Kevin. Little bitch. Little bitch boy with your hand to chest motion. Yippee, let's go see her. Let's go see her pruny corpse in the baths. Let's go.
Don Hung came back before us. Well, maybe he's heard something.
Ah, you're back. How's everything? No injuries, I hope?
Don't worry. The cleaners didn't lay a hand on us. Lord Krateros, were you in the city when it happened? What exactly went down?
Regrettably, no one knows the details of that moment. Eyewitnesses only saw...
It's fine. Just tell me.
9.
Eyewitnesses at the Memorial Palace saw Aglaia fall from the Chrysos airbath.
Oh, God.
She landed head first with a splat. There was blood everywhere. It was crazy. Sorry, I think I went into too much detail.
She showed no signs of life by the time the Holy City guards approached to check.
Her neck cracked so loud it was heard throughout the whole hall.
They were too afraid to jump to conclusions. After all, she was a demigod who lived for over 1,000 years, the leader of the Chrysos heirs. Most citizens of the city believed that death couldn't touch her.
But it turns out the only thing that jumped to conclusions was Aglaia herself.
She was pierced through the heart by a uniquely crafted dagger. I saw it for myself. It's one of the weapons carried by the cleaners.
Why didn't they go after us? She really was assassinated. I mean, they did go after us. They just wanted to prevent us from helping her. Oh yeah, damn, she got stabbed.
No, that doesn't make sense.
Kind of.
The ones who appeared in the grove and those who confronted Don Hung in the abyss didn't immediately resort to violence. They were just watching and trying to intimidate. They didn't have any reason nor the courage to attack Aglaia. Perhaps.
Here's the thing, when Canis showed up though, she, like, her passive was like an AoE like damage buff, so they could one-shot her. She's only a remembrance unit, she's not built for bulk. Speculating blindly won't help. Let's go find Lady Trivia. She understands Aglaia's mind best.
I'll stay here to lead the guards and maintain order. Find out what happened, but don't take too long. With Aglaia gone, someone has to take her place and lead Akama. Also, Miss Hyacinth was the one who declared Aglaia dead. You might want to speak with her.
Thank you, Lord Krateros.
So the doctor says that you're dead. Maybe Hyacinth's just bad at their
Mouths are
job.
empty.
Or maybe the analysis was done by the little fat fuck. And all he went was tweet, tweet. And he was like, what's wrong with this horse?
Hyacinth.
Oh yeah, 9.
You're back.
We heard from Kratos. Are you all right?
I'm fine. I've been staying close to Lady Treeby and Lady Trinan after the incident. It's great that you could come back so quickly. They need someone with them now.
How are the two of them holding up? You witnessed Aglaya's... You holding up?
Not well.
10.
After all, we witnessed Lady Aglaya's last moments. I tried to treat her immediately, but even the sky's blessings. Declaring her death was the hardest thing I've ever had to do as a doctor. Lord Finan, don't push yourself. You're carrying a heavier burden now. Please, don't fall.
Aglaya already did it. We don't need another porn to do that.
It's fine. I can handle it.
Why are we holding back the word die? That's just rated teen. When she said it. I feel like the word die would be used even something that's like E10.
What I've lost is a mentor and a comrade in arms. But for Treeby and Trinan, they've lost a 1,000-year-old bond. Like they're losing a part of their lives.
It's like when a turtle loses one of their friends.
You should rest, Hyacinth. You've been awake for a long time, haven't you? We'll handle things from here.
Okay. See you later, everyone.
Next, we should visit Lady Treeby.
Not before we add on 10. We're almost a quarter of a way to a third of last time.
Snowy. Little Gray. You're back.
I'm Firo, but Fira, thanks.
Lady Treeby,
Snowy, don't. Please don't apologize to us. You went to the Grove to prepare yourself for the threats to Akama. You didn't do anything wrong, so don't be hard on yourself. We were always by Aggie's side throughout this long journey, so we understood her thoughts better than anyone. She knew she wouldn't see the end of the Flame Chase journey, yet she gave everything without hesitation. For the future of everyone.
I know what Aglaya expected of me. Right now, the last thing Akama needs is a leader wallowing in self-pity.
The scroll over there was entrusted to us by Aggie. She instructed us to hand it over to you when the time was right. I think now's
the right time.
Golden threads frayed at the fringe of an era, and posterity looks took up the sentiments formerly hanging on its web. The tragic news heard during your travels, head to the book to write it down. Seeing like this make the constant A posing everyone way funnier than it usually is. Yeah, the A poses for like that type of like character model always looked a little too happy. So when shit like this happens, it's like, oh, you couldn't think of another pose? What happened? Did it still do like a noise? Maybe those voice lines weren't done yet. I'm not sure how much of her original lines were overwritten. Wait. Boop. I think this counts. You know what? I'm gonna count it. Yeah, if Aglaya's actually dead, then, you know, Hyacinth and Kevin, they're gonna need to...
Nice.
Yeah, that voice line's the same. They're gonna need a carry.
Aggie, so you really don't have to take the medicine anymore?
No need, Tija. Medicine can only steady my flesh, but cannot stop the decay of my soul. I've already borrowed too much time from this world, and now the time is up. Now is the best time for my exit. Please don't cry on my account, Tija. I have a final selfish request. Can you lend me an ear?
Aggie, go ahead. We will definitely fulfill it for you.
I wish for my death to be quiet and gentle. I hope that my lifeless body will not be exposed to the eyes of the public. Tija, I have faced too many changes in my lifetime, but in the pursuit of one thing alone, I have remained unchanged for 1,000 years.
It's beauty, isn't it?
Huh? That's right, Tija. Beauty.
Aggie, do you think Snowy is ready?
1,000 years ago when I took up the Coreflame of Nestia, do you think I was ready then, Tija? Born into this era, we had no choice but to grow amidst the raging waves, not set sail after everything was prepared. Fine then. He will understand. He will grasp the duty I've left to him. He is mature enough now. No longer blinded by anger or hatred. Well, about that. Proceeds to die publicly and spectacularly. Yeah. Also, I find it weird that Aglaya, who is definitely not the oldest. I think it's like Tribby that's been around longer. So why is Aglaya's body decaying? And also, why is Cypher like still like have her senses and humanity? Well, more humanity than Aglaya. How the hell does that work? Wait, browse.
Finan, my humble student, my trusted colleague.
An unofficial son.
As I write this, you are locked in a battle of words with the Council of Elders, fighting for the survival of the flame-chased journey on a battlefield where the smoke of war is invisible. I deeply regret and feel guilty for hastily pushing you and the Trailblazer into the debate. But please forgive me. At that moment, I could not afford to show any sign of weakness before you, as it would have crushed your morale.
Even in death, she does the hand to chest. What a goat.
I considered the debate a routine affair, assuming I could win merely with the support and experience we'd accumulated over centuries. But I underestimated kindness and her party's cunning, and also the deterioration of my own senses.
Cypher has no excuse, still live and die by principle. Again, here's my thing with Cypher's, like, powers. Like, the whole, like, the more you believe a lie, it becomes truth. Maybe she, at one point, was just like, oh shit, I'm decaying. And then for the whole time, she just gaslit herself into being like, wait, I'm not decaying. And that became true.
The trap was likely set by the debater Calictus. He had prepared a severed golden thread in advance, revealing it to the public when kindness was faltering in the debate. He claimed I was reading everyone's thoughts with the golden thread to cheat in the debate. I could have countered that low tactic in 100 ways, but my words slipped out before I could even think about them.
Self-deprecation wears off and you remember your... Yeah. She's just like, I'm decaying. And then one day she's like, wait, I'm goated. And she just became goated. Also, I did not remember Calictus at all. I think they just threw that fucker right at us.
With deceitful scoundrels like you in the crowd, I have no choice but to rely on the golden thread to keep watch over everything in this holy city. You can imagine the reaction that comment provoked. At that moment, I felt my time was running short. The divinity in this body might be eternal, but that is not the essence of me. I am a daughter of humanity, born of my mother, and I will die as a human.
14.
Realizing that my humanity was fading, I began to plan my exit. What kind of departure would not waste such a belated death? I have yet to find the ideal answer. But I knew I couldn't simply fade away in my sleep like anyone else. The serpents have always lurked in the darkness, terrified of their heads being cut off by the golden thread. If my departure were to be calm and uneventful, it would only lead to a swarm of those serpents emerging from their nests. Regrettably, a peaceful death is a luxury I cannot afford. I must feign weakness deliberately to make those serpents lose patience and act rashly. Just as they think they've struck and sunk their fangs into my heels, that's when I'll strike back, igniting the final blaze to burn away the threats hidden in the shadows. The blaze soaring into the sky might sow fear and confusion, but I have no worries about people losing their way. After all, Akima still has you to guide them, Finan.
Don't lose your way in your mind.
You're not perfect, Finan. I've witnessed your confusion, recklessness, and deep sensitivity, dawn after dawn. The heavy burdens of your past have always weighed you down, inflicting deep pain. Yet, in your way, you are perfect. You embrace everyone's imperfections, always ready to find the precious qualities hidden beneath their rough exteriors. Unconditionally. That might be what sets our Sky Father Kefili apart from other deities. They recognize the imperfections in their creations, yet still choose to shine their light on them, offering protection with unconditional love. Finan, while you zealously pursued strife, believing it to be your destined path, from the very beginning, my thoughts have never changed. You are the destined world-bearer of Amphorius, the gate to Amphorius's future. Go, complete the flame-chased journey of the prophecy, ignite the stars, and inspire hope in the hearts of humanity.
Yeah, 15, and she did it in the spot of 13.
I will be waiting at
Such
the
a performer.
end of the west wind, looking forward to the miracle you will create.
Such a performance will that could even impress Anaxagoras himself. She's finally done yapping.
Aglaya, how could I possibly be worthy of the burning torch you've passed into my hands?
Oh, it's hot.
Dalang, can you do me a favor?
Whatever I can help with, just say the word. 16.
Please deliver a message to Lord Krateros. Have him gather the Holy City guards and the Kremnoans to spread the word from door to door. At the lucid hour tomorrow, Finan will speak at the Marmorial Palace. Urge everyone who has concerns about the Holy City's future and the Flame Chase journey to attend this gathering. Tell them Aglaya has left Amphorius the seeds of hope.
Understood.
Thank you. It's been a harrowing day for everyone. Please make sure to rest well and collect your thoughts. I need to prepare.
17. Finan. Cartonis has arrived. Finan.
Cartonis.
I have sword.
What brings you to Marmorial Palace?
Big sword.
I plan to get everything settled before coming to see you. Is there something urgent, Cartonis?
Sword.
How are you holding up, I wanted to see. Better than I expected, you seem.
There's no room for doubt anymore. It's time to take action and show everyone that the leadership of the Chrysos heirs is still strong.
Right, your assessment is. Now, here. Take this.
Kevin taking up the mantle in seconds. I'm gonna go into a vote. Oh, shiny.
You've completed it.
It looks. The hilt looks a lot like the Flame Reaver's sword.
Dawnmaker. The name I've chosen for it.
Because it makes a new dawn.
Before dawn, prepare for battle. For tomorrow, wield your sword. Befits your stature, it does. Chrysos heir.
Dawnmaker. Unbelievable. You've never seen that black-clad swordmaster. You've recreated this so precisely, just from what I described.
Precise, your description.
Oh, so his description is intended to kind of look like his.
Imbued it
Interesting.
with the power of dawn I already
Again,
have.
what's up with that?
Guided by your will, gleam with golden flames, its blade will. Wield it. May triumph always be yours.
Thank you, Cartonis. I will use this sword to protect the beings of Amphorius.
Another thing there is.
Friendship bracelet.
Stored here, the remnants of Aglaya's divinity are.
Burn her bug into thread, I had to.
This was her commission. Her death she had long foreseen.
Can she still hear us?
It's difficult to confirm. About divinity, we know very little. In this way, she wanted to be with you. Always.
I understand. Let me keep it. With this, I'll have another constant companion by my side. May this world never have need for a deliverer. Someone told me long ago.
18?
But when the world dashed her hopes and fell into disarray, if she could see me now, leading from the front, rallying people against their destiny, she would surely smile.
How will the Holy City continue without Lady Goldweaver?
Okay, there we go. 18.
Look! Lord Finan is here.
Will he step up to lead Akama?
Not long ago, I spoke at the Citizens' Assembly at Dawncloud.
You know, for people wanting to know who's going to lead them, there's not a lot of people here.
I wrestled with every
19.
word, searching for the right ones to rally support and keep the Chrysos heir's flame chase alive. In the end, I remembered a lesson from one of my teachers. In battles where words are weapons, outrage and blind passion often overpower reason. I followed his strategy. I painted my opponents as nothing more than pests, tore apart their character, and laid out their crimes. The strategy worked. I secured enough votes to achieve my goal, but afterward, there wasn't even a flicker of joy.
No.
I realized that apparent
20.
victory masked a deeper failure. In my pursuit of success, I fueled division and strayed far from my very purpose that led me to the flame chase journey. This journey was supposed to unify, not divide, to strengthen us, not weaken us. It was the gold thread that mended our rifts in the past. Some saw it as a means of surveillance, a tool of control.
21.
But no one can deny that it was Aglaya who held this city and even this shattered world together. Now she is gone. Yes, as you have heard, the demigod Aglaya, who guarded the holy city for a millennium, has indeed fallen.
Whoa. Can't believe it took him that long just to say that.
Who murdered Lady Goldweaver?
Find the murderer! Make them pay!
I felt the same as all of you initially. I wanted to stand here beside you, to condemn the sinners, to discuss retribution, and to see justice brought down upon them.
It's looking like a 22? Yep.
But my perspective has changed.
Circumstances made Damien knows how to carry a legacy body. Yep. He learned from the best. He has done 4 in the last 4 minutes.
The golden threads that once
5,
bound this
JK.
city have unraveled.
23.
Yet no one is celebrating their freedom from control. In the empty markets and bath chambers, one feeling lingers. Unease. Deep down, we all know the last safeguard against the harm we may do to each other is gone. No divine power will protect us from the malice in our hearts. From now on, only the moral code we choose to uphold for ourselves will stand between us and the abyss.
Finon has a way with words.
And body language. Be quiet and listen carefully. There's something special about a man of There's something special about a man of letters. Or to me there, I could do it too. He's a man of letters. Not words, just letters.
Indeed.
How many letters is that? 6?
The flame chase journey is nearing its end. With only one Titan left for the Chrysos heirs to conquer. Aquila! Before I rise to the skies, I challenge you. Cast out the shadows and malice within your hearts. Let your spirit
God damn it,
shine
me,
brighter
24.
than the sky itself. Let me bear
25.
witness. Even without the divine authority of romance, Akama will remain a sanctuary in these end times. A place for the kind people Aglaya dreamed of. The kind of people foretold in prophecy. A better people!
26.
Better people!
Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people! Better people!
Wow, it sounds like there's a lot more people here than are actually in the room.
I appreciate your willingness to accept the challenge. You have reminded me that Aglaya left me perhaps the
27.
simplest duty in the world. To bear the burden of creation, I need only to give one thing.
We're at 27, right?
It's a gift she once gave me without hesitation, and now I share it with each of you.
Because I know Stell did 24.
Unshakable faith.
And I believe Kevin did it 3 more times since then.
There's still a long way to go before Amphorius is reborn. But we will not forget the past as we move forward. For the memories of Amphorius will always benefit future generations. Allow me this moment. I want to borrow a few minutes of your time
28.
to commemorate a demigod who protected the holy city for a millennium. She was Akama's dressmaker, the leader of the Chrysos heirs, the Gold Weaver, Aglaya, and her greatest feat was being a selfless person.
29, 30. I think praying is different. Praying is different.
That singing sounds so familiar. That's our song, and Snowy used to love it.
He's saving you right now. I know, they were praising. They weren't they weren't hand chesting, thank God. Anyway, that whole cutscene added a total of 12. That is insane.
Yes, Lady Trian. For that child filled with anxiety. Your songs always dispelled the clouds in my heart. Even if for just a moment.
Snowy was so cute and kind when he was little. Now, you've grown so much. Maybe not as cute, but still just as kind.
Time spares no one, so there's nothing we can do. But kindness, You helped nurture it in me.
Don't mention it. Your light is as bright as ever. Keep it up and stay strong. See you, Snowy.
Goodbye, Lady Tree.
I heard what you said. Are you suggesting the debate tactics I've taught you are nothing but sleight of hand?
Not at all, Professor Anaxa. Honestly, without those techniques you taught me, the Flame Chase journey might not have survived.
Oh. How is he talking to all these dead people? Is he dreaming? The song coming to terms with the loss of half his companions was not my bingo card for the patch. Well, I guess enough people have died since then.
Good thing your head's still clear.
Well, died for now. Maybe comes back when world is done.
The Chrysos heir of Kefali. I had no idea you had it in you while I was drilling those formulas in your head in class.
Who could have thought, Professor? By the way, I've completely forgotten those formulas now.
Some things never change. In our next lives, I'll teach you how to truly embrace your divine duties.
I'll be waiting. Goodbye, Professor Anaxa.
Whoosh.
Miss Castros? Aren't you going to say something?
Lord Finan, you have always been so approachable.
Puts hand to chest.
Ever since we first met, you've seen me as a friend. It was the first time I understood what everyday friendship was like. But that's dangerous.
Dangerous?
Laughing and chatting with you, I sometimes forget who I am. And for someone with my kind of power, that's a real hazard.
I hadn't thought of it that way. Sorry, I forgot to consider your perspective.
Please, no apologies. Despite everything, thinking back on the times we spent together makes me really happy.
I feel the same.
Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Gastros. Aglaya.
Remember, Finan, after completing the Flame Chase, leave the decision to initiate the Miracle of Genesis to the Amphorians. The Chrysos heirs are the executors of the prophecy, yet they, the people, are the true masters of this world.
I love democracy.
Rest assured, I always keep your teachings in mind. The difference between a presumptuous hero and a tyrant is a fine line.
Well said. You've got a good memory.
It's late. Anything else you'd like to add?
Anything else? Even in your imagination, I'm not one to show my vulnerable side.
No worries. I've long understood how difficult it is for you to open up completely. Thank you for bringing me here, Aglaya. You saved me.
Maybe what I wanted to save wasn't you, child, but this crumbling world. Goodbye, Finan.
Goodbye, Aglaya.
Did you forget me?
Well, you're not dead yet.
Forget you. Like I'd ever. We aren't parting ways forever. You're just off to guard the gates at Castrum Kremnos. Let's not make this a tearful farewell.
You know just how to make a person uncomfortable.
Like, he's died a few times. What if this is like his next death? Like, oh, hey, how you doing?
I have a feeling we'll meet again in this lifetime. Let's have another showdown then. Deliver.
That's very confident of you. I've changed since then. Have you seen this sword? It's a masterpiece freshly forged by Cartonis.
A bold statement for a mere mortal who hasn't yet claimed the power of a titan. See you around. Finan of Ides Elysiae.
It's a date, Mightymost.
Yay, they're gonna date.
What a poignant, yet splendid journey. And it's still not over yet, is it?
Yes, Cyrene.
I was right. In the end, you did become the deliverer in this story.
So Cyrene is actually the tarot card lady. Hello, Alicia.
A lot has changed while you were away. I've met so many people and tried so many things. I've found new resolve. And I've let go of some attachments. I'm not the same person I used to be.
But to me, you've never changed at all, Finan.
Well, she's definitely a remembrance person, that's for sure. Days later at Dawncloud. Can I have control of the game? Nope.
Dawncloud. This place holds so many different kinds of memories. I remember you could see the Gold Weaver sign from here, all the way down the mountain. But my eyes aren't what they used to be 1,000 years ago.
Cyphera, you...
Seamstress. Tell me, does Akama have any treasures so rare that not even your... I mean, our shop has seen?
Of course it has. I heard there's a gem of all worlds hidden somewhere in Dawncloud. Apparently, it's a piece that fell out of the Dawn device. It's truly a priceless treasure, being a part of Kefali's divine body. Even I, the Gold Weaver, cannot witness its glamour.
Gem of all worlds. Nice! Got it! Well, please keep looking after the shop while I...
Let me guess, Cyphera. You're probably already plotting to sneak into Dawncloud to steal that gem, aren't you?
Hey, you know me best.
And your next move is probably trying to sell it to the highest bidder, then distribute that money to the poor and the refugees in the Holy City?
Look, Seamstress. Are you sure you aren't peeking into my head with your golden threads?
You might be skilled at covering up lies, but your compassion is all over your face, plain as day. Don't lie to yourself. Do you honestly think this is the right thing to do, Cyphera?
What else am I supposed to do? That's the only thing I can do with my power. You keep talking about how I have the potential to become a good person. Or even what people call a hero. But I don't know what I need to do to get there! I can't weave golden dresses like you! I can't sing as well as Miss Hyceelins! And I definitely don't know as much as Big Sis Treby! The only things I'm good at are the underhanded street smarts that no one even respects. But I still want to be worthy of you. I want to prove that you've made the right choice. Even thieves can dream. Right?
I know, Cyphera. I know. You are justified in your anger. Destiny is never fair. And your path is doomed to be even worse than everyone else's. You are fated to walk in the dark and bear the world's misunderstanding in this journey. But you have to believe that everyone in this world is unique in their own way. I am convinced that you're the only one who can bear the authority of trickery, even if you have to contend with the legendary 300 master thieves of Dolos.
Aglaia.
Have to kill them all.
I just want everyone to believe that the world is beautiful and that everyone is simple and kind. If only I could get everyone to believe that. Would that lie become reality? If enough people believed in it, even though it's a lie.
Lies will always be lies, Cypher. But sometimes they can be more noble than the truth.
Huh. Are you really planning to just stand there forever? Honestly, sneaking around doesn't suit you, Deliverer.
I never thought I could slip past your sharp ears, Miss Cypher. I just didn't think it'd be right to interrupt when you're obviously lost in thoughts.
Still as charming with your words as ever, boy. Your speech at the public baths wasn't half bad, I'll admit. It managed to touch my heart. Just a smidge.
Thank you. I had a feeling back then that you were in the audience. Intuition certainly is a thing of wonder.
Oh, and you didn't call me out on the spot. You waited all this time to tell me.
Well, I thought you'd need some time to yourself. After she passed away.
No, I'm over it. Nope, she's not.
None of your business. Enough small talk. Tell me, what kind of trouble did you run into that you need me, the super old-timer, to step in?
We've only met a couple of times, but you've always gone straight to business. I respect that about you, old-timer, so I'll cut to the chase.
The flame chase.
You're probably aware that Aglaia has earned the support of the entire city for the Chrysos heirs. Everyone believes that she died at the hands of council members who were against the flame chase, and the citizens' fury has been dragging these schemers out of the shadows one by one. But they didn't get everybody. To this day, we still haven't found Elder Kynus, the leader of the cleaners.
Ah, I see. You're afraid she'll do something wild now that she's pushed into a corner, aren't you?
Yes. I believe that Kefali's Coreflame, forever enshrined above the council theater, would be the opposition's final trump card against the Chrysos heirs. We're setting out to campaign against Aquila in a few days. With the Chrysos heirs gone, it'll be their best chance to strike.
You think those desperate dogs will try to snatch the Coreflame while you're gone? So, you want me to give them a nice long walk while you're away, right?
You sure saw right through me, Miss Cypher. I know exactly what you can do. Godlike speed, perfect disguises, untraceable movement, and that most enigmatic authority of trickery. I have only one request. Please, use whatever tricks you need to protect Kefali's Coreflame. Even if you have to deceive the rest of the Chrysos heirs as well.
Uh-huh. Hey, Deliverer. Do you honestly think that there's no way I'll turn you down? Do you even have any plan Bs if I decide to nope out on this?
Nope.
As the demigod of trickery, there are no other trump cards in the world that can outrank you. I'm sure you know the answer to your own question, Miss Cypher.
What confidence. You talk as if you have everything in the palm of your hand.
Huh. So you did learn a thing or two from her. I'll give you that. Then let me tell you something you don't know. The Flame Reaver. They've been watching Akama closely.
You mean...
Bet you didn't expect that, huh? I've been tracking them all this time. And this is my conclusion. That lunatic may have lost their mind, but they're no fool. Why do you think they haven't made a move on Akama yet?
Professor Anaxa once analyzed this. He thought it was probably because Kefali's Coreflame was protected by the Council of Elders' secret arts.
Ha! Secret arts my foot! I could break those mechanisms with a flick of my finger.
Are the secret arts just bullshit?
Allow me to let you in on the actual secret. They probably held off from attacking Akama because the Seamstress's defense network was way tougher than you thought. Now that she's gone, and you're heading out to the Eye of Twilight, with the city's defenses in shambles.
What a dangerous situation we find ourselves in. But since you're the one who brought it up, I'm guessing you already have a solution in mind.
Just look how ridiculously calm you are right now. But you guessed it right. Consider this a 2-for-1 deal. I'll keep that lunatic entertained on top of protecting Kefali's Coreflame. You owe a big favor after this.
You have my deepest gratitude.
31.
That Flame Reaver's power is truly unfathomable. Please be careful.
Don't forget, Deliverer. There's a fundamental truth in this world. Cyphera will always get the last laugh. No need to worry about a demigod. I'll do my job. So you need to make sure you don't die before you pay me.
Barrel, barrel, barrel. 31. Meanwhile, in the Grove of Epiphany. Can you please set me free? Please, for the love of God.
I'm back.
Hello, Big Bug.
I've been trying to stay away from here since the Black Tide destroyed the Grove. And through that, stay away from the memories that might make me sad.
32.
But the wind keeps pulling me back. Maybe that's the Twilight Courtyard's duty, after all. I know, little Ika.
Little fat fuck.
I know. I too miss the days when we all studied together. But we have an even
33.
more important mission this time round. Lord Finan has already set the date to campaign against Aquila. Being a descendant of the Sky People,
We're the most qualified.
You're right. At least I can still afford to get lost in thought once in a while. Oh, ancestors.
34. She
Please
did
wait
so
for
many
just
in
a
1
bit
minute.
longer. The time I spent in the Grove deserves some reminiscence.
Man. 34. And I'm pretty sure we've had more hand-to-chest poses within 3 hours compared to 3.2. But then again, 3.2, they came in clutch at the end. Much like, the Pacers, I think. Anyway. They slowed down anything, but I was not paying attention. Don't worry, I was. Or I am. Okay. So, I think now's a finally a decent stopping point. I thought it would actually have one earlier, but then the game just kept going and going and going. And now we have more boring shit to do before we can actually get to the fight with Big Bird. Not that one. But, yeah. Hit Big Bird. Yeah, that Big Bird. That one. The wall from Lobcar. All right. Okay. You were due for one. Okay. So yeah. I think now's a good time to stop for now. I'm gonna continue this. Hopefully. My brain's saying hopefully this week, but considering with that achievement, and they usually do 6 of those in a story patch, and I did one of them within 3 hours. This is gonna take a while, as per usual, but yeah. I'd like to thank you all for watching. Whether you watch this live or through a VOD, your viewership is always appreciated. And if you want to see more from me, sure check me out on YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, or Blue Sky. I'll let Firo McNosky. With all that being said, have a good morning, day, evening, or night. Be acting to each other and be acting to yourselves. Peace out.